Imagine, the sun is cresting over your village. You can hear the neighbor's rooster crowing in the background. It is a peaceful Sunday morning. Or it should be a peaceful Sunday morning. But instead of waking up to a rooster, you woke up to bombings. So you wake up and you grab your kids and you grab the little possessions you still have and maybe even your spouse, if you're lucky to have them still. Because this is the last bombing you're going to stick around for. It has come to the point it is far too dangerous to stay home because your country has turned into a war zone, and a dangerous one at that. But where do you do? Where do you go? Your options are very limited. You can go to a refugee camp, or you can start the long process of going to America and leave your home behind. So what do? The practical solution for Syrian refugees is to go to a Syrian refugee camp in Jordan, Turkey, or Lebanon, but they are overfilled almost to the max. Or you can start the long and exhaustive process to go to the United States, but you don't know how long you're going to be allowed to stay. And is America really ready to take on a responsibility of that magnitude? Plus, it is also known that refugees are not entirely welcome there. Today I'm going to be talking about the editorial I picked from the New York Times called "The Syrian Refugees Who Want to Return Home," and I'm going to refute three subjects of evidence that the author claimed. First, the 1951 Refugee Convention. Second, the living conditions in the refugee camps. And third, how she claims the United States, what the United States can do to help more. According to the author, she claims that according to the 1951 Refugee Convention, the United States is bound by law to help every refugee who wants to come to the United States. That was true in 1951, but according to the Harvard Law Journal 9, that convention is far outdated. It was in 1951 after all, 65 years ago, and it was made for a different time. In that time, most refugees were being threatened with persecution. Persecution was the main area of violence. And there is persecution still, but the main force is violence. That is very sad, but it's not all persecution. And also in 1951, there were far less refugees trying to seek asylum in the United States. There are far more in 2016 now. It is simply too costly for the United States to welcome every refugee who wants to come into the United States. We cannot take care of them how we should be able to as of right now. The author also claims that the living conditions in these refugee camps are completely unlivable. They are not ideal. That is a known thing. They're not ideal. But they are guaranteed three things whenever they go to these refugee camps. They are guaranteed shelter. For every family, they are guaranteed some type of shelter. They are all guaranteed medical examinations by a physician on the staff, and the kids ages 0 to 18 are guaranteed all of their immunizations. 95% of kids 0 to 18 have their immunizations because of the refugee camps. Also, they all are given a stipend once a month, a small one. So they are not able to work, that is true as the author claims, but they are given a stipend, and there are volunteers from all around the world coming to help with this refugee crisis at the camps, and also food being donated from all around the world. Third, the author claims that the United States can donate so much more to the refugee crisis, and we can do so much more to help. The author claims that the United States should be able to donate $500 million more to the United Nations appeal. That amount is simply unrealistic, and we are already in so much debt in so many other places. What she did not mention, in fact, was that the United States is already the #1 donor to the United Nations appeal. What we can do, we can raise awareness. We can raise awareness to try and erase the xenophobia in the United States. So whenever we can welcome more refugees, we can actually welcome them. We can have them live in a happier place. We can take care of them how we should. The solution to these problems are very complex because we simply cannot solve it right now as the United States of America. We cannot promise them something and not be able to keep it. What we can do, we can donate more money. Maybe not $500 million more, but we can have more fundraisers, and we can, as a country, donate more to the crisis. And like I said, we can also raise awareness and try to erase the xenophobia out of this country.